So today we are all going to discuss the article discussion on the paper which we received on an overview of deep learning in medical imaging. The author of this paper is Imran ul Haq. Next. So this is my presentation outline. First, I'll show the few key points from the abstract. Then deep learning brief introduction, applications of deep learning in various fields. Deep learning involves various tasks for medical image analysis. Deep learning models in medical image analysis. Wavelinks of freely available deep learning codes for medical image analysis. Then wavelinks of public dataset which are publicly available for training and testing deep learning models. Challenges and future of deep learning in medical science. Ninth is summary, and last point is related with the concluding remarks. So I have just gone through the abstract, and from the abstract I have come to know that the primary purpose of this paper to provide a brief information about deep learning by discussing different deep learning models. Second point, which is mainly focused by the author, is related with the discussed on which task deep learnings are involved for medical image processing. Third point, which is focused by author in this paper, is address some applications in the field of deep learning, especially related with the medical imaging. And last is providing the different useful links of some useful informative assets such as freely available deep learning codes and public data sets. So authors have provided uh, the the different links, the different material related with that. The new enthusiastic engineers or the researchers in the field of deep learning, they can use the material from these links. Next, please. So you can see the diagram. Basically, click. Deep learning is the subset of machine learning method which is based on artificial neural network. The word deep is referred to use the multiple layers between the input and output layer in the neural network, and the methods which can be used in deep learning are supervised, semi supervised and unsupervised methods. So in the another figure I have shown that the comparison with the traditional machine learning and deep learning. You can observe in the figure that there is a human interference is shown in the conventional or traditional machine learning model. In second figure you can observe that the deep learning model, whatever the human interference is eliminated or it is reduced uh, in the deep learning model. So therefore deep learning model is automated as compared with the conventional machine learning model. This slide will show that the authors have given the lot of different applications in his paper. So here I have choose the few applications to in detail we have shown that the authors have suggested this application. So in healthcare sector there is a use of deep learning. In healthcare sector there are different areas in which the deep learning models can be implemented. So the diagnosis, prognosis and treatment of the diseases, in case of that the deep learning model can be implemented. Drug prescriptions, in that area deep learning models are useful. In addition to that, analyzing the MRIs, CT scan, ECG, X-rays, these are the different imaging modalities in that to detect and notify about the medical anomalies or to find out the different problems that can be find out by using the different imaging process or images. Then personalizing treatment is another area in which the deep learning model can be useful. monitoring the health of patients and more. So regular monitoring of the patients can be used into that the healthcare sector. Second, very important or recent area is the smart agriculture. So in the area of smart agriculture, it is also useful, like to improve the crop health and soil health, predict the weather, detect the diseases. I mean, the drones are used to capture the images, and these images further can process by using these deep learning models and to predict that the different diseases. Breeding high quality hybrids. Okay, so develop the different hybrid crops. For that, the deep learning models can be useful. Then increase the crop yield per unit area to enhance the output from the irrigation. For that, the deep learning can be useful. Apart from that, there are lot of applications like fake news detection. In that area, the deep learning can be useful. Apart from that, the autonomous vehicle in automobile engineering. For autonomous vehicle, it is a recent area in which the deep learning model will be useful for the different kind of the applications to detect the sentiments of the human beings, um, to detect the obstacles in front of the vehicle, etc. For that, the deep learning models can be useful. Again, apart from that, to find the distance and how much time will be taking to cover that distance in that area, again deep learning model can be useful in especially the automobile field. Apart from that, deep learning model can be useful in NLP. NLP is the natural language processing. In that, the deep learning model can be useful. So this slide will be showing that we have taken that what the different tasks for medical image processing which is involved by the deep learning mentioned by the author in his paper. The different tasks which are mentioned in detail in the paper. So classification of medical images is mentioned. Of course, it is required for disease diagnosis and identification. The classification is important. Another task is detection. So detecting the different abnormalities and anomalies in the medical images, that task will be performed. Next is image segmentation. So accurate delineation of structures in medical images. The image segmentation is generally used. I mean, to create the boundaries between that the two different objects. For that, the image segmentation is generally used. Image registration. So aligning of comparing medical images for analysis and treatment planning. This task will be useful in deep learning model. Then apart from that, feature extraction, which is extracting the meaningful features from the medical images, enabling the efficient and accurate interpretation, that task will be useful. And last is the visualization. So visualization is again another task used into the deep learning. Medical image processing techniques, those are providing the basically non-invasive means to visualize and analyze the internal structures and the function of the body. Generally different imaging techniques such as CT scan, X-ray, and PET, and etc. These are the different techniques are used for non-invasive image capturing of the different human organs for the further processing or image processing. Uh, the different deep learning models are mentioned by the author in his paper, supervised learning model and unsupervised learning model. So under the supervised learning model, authors have mentioned in detail about the conventional neural network, transfer learning, and recurrent neural network. All these things we had already discussed in the previous days in detail about that all these methods or methodologies. Under unsupervised learning models, autoencoders, generative adversarial network, which is called as GAN, restricted Boltzmann machines, RBMs, can be come under that the unsupervised learning models. Authors have in detail mentioned that the one applications related with the convolution neural network. In that application, he has shown that the tumor detection, tumor and no tumor detection by using the convolution neural network. So he has mentioned that the methodology like input images, convolution layers are used, then ReLU is provided, then pooling will be provided, and then fully connected layers, and after that the output classes will be showing whether the tumor or non-tumor is available. Uh, In paper, authors have also provided that the freely available deep learning codes for medical image analysis. So for like us people, those are started initially their research in this area, they can use these freely available codes for their different practice or the training data. They can use these links. So for different names and references, they have mentioned along with the different links and the description which type of the images and which type of methodologies they have used. So authors have in detail mentioned into that the paper. Next, authors have also given that the data set, because data collection is a very challenging task in the image processing area. Therefore, the public data set is available for training and testing deep learning models. So researchers can use these models for their different applications. So for example, the first will be provided with the data set of 14,355 patient images from 77 sets for the cancer detection. Similarly, for the different diseases, they have provided the data set. Now I have just find some challenges from the paper, whatever the overview was done by the authors. Out of that, the first challenge which I have observed through the paper is the paper mentioned that the need for robust and diverse data set for training deep learning models, that is availability of diverse and well annotated medical image data set for training DL models, which is very crucial. So data set will be not from that only one geographic area or only one side, but the data should be a diversified. It will be included the lot of conditions, lot of parameters, and from the different geographical areas. So that data set may be a qualitative data set, and this is one of the major challenge for all the researchers. Second, the author emphasized the importance of high quality data set that encompass various medical condition and image modalities. So authors have suggested that in future you can go with that the different medical conditions. It may happen that the cancer will be occurred because of some other kind of the parameters, not by only the one parameter. Therefore, these multiple parameters we need to be considered to create or to use into that the DL model. And different image modalities like CT scan and other modalities we can use in combination of these modalities like X-ray and CT scan together can be used, a fusion of these two images can be used for the application. So last challenge which is mentioned by the author is the author also acknowledged limitation in computational resources including processing power, memory constraints, especially when dealing with the large medical image file. So this is the major issue faced by each and every researcher, that the computational resources or computational capabilities are very limited. Therefore, we cannot handle the big data or large data by using that available facility. So these are the major challenges which I have observed that in the paper authors have mentioned. Next. Authors have also mentioned the few points related with the future work. What are the different futuristic points we will be consider or the researcher will be considered. The author acknowledged that the application of DL in healthcare is still in its earlier stages, but appreciate the existence of robust research program and DL based project in the industry. So authors have mentioned that still healthcare sector is now lagging for this kind of the applications. But authors have also appreciated at the same time that the research program and DL based projects are going on into the industry. Industries are taking initiatives along with the academic educational industries. So still there is a work required to into the healthcare sector. Second is the author also suggests that DL will continue to play a vital role in improving the medical diagnostic and treatment, leading to enhance the patient care. So by keeping in our mind the objective of the patient care and how to improve that the diagnostic treatments or diagnostic systems by providing the good results from the deep learning models, that can be a future scope. Last is the authors have emphasizes the potential of deep learning to revolutionize medical treatment and practice by providing automatic, precise, and efficient algorithm for medical image processing. So still there is a scope into the medical image processing to get a more and more accurate results. So this is again come under the future scope from the author. In summary, I have provided here what are the different highlights given by the authors. So paper highlights the significant advancement made into the DL for medical imaging, the emphasizing its potential to improve the diagnostic technologies and healthcare services. Authors discuss the benefit of deep learning in the mimicking of human brain neurons and identifying the patterns in the digital images. The success of DL relies on the number of neuron layers used for computation, which is enhanced using graphics processing units with the high-speed processes. The authors also mention the wide range of medical image modalities such as X-ray, CT scan, MRI, PET scan, histology slice, retinal photography, etc. And increasing the volume of that data generated by these modalities is important. That is emphasized by the authors. Author also highlight the need for efficient data processing and architecture design to handle the large scale or large data set of the images. In addition to that, the paper also presents an overview, complete overview of the DL models used in medical image analysis, which is focused on both supervised and unsupervised learning approaches. In particular, the CNNs are extensively discussed as the most popular DL models for medical imaging due to their the ability to capture the spatial relationship into the images. And the paper also provides the high level of the algorithms and descriptions related with the CNN and their application in the medical images classifications. At last, uh, I have just come on to that the concluding remarks from the paper. I found that the two concluding remarks from the paper. The paper provides a comprehensive overview of the deep learning medical imaging and discussing its different applications, the challenges, those are discussed by the author, and future prospects and future work can be carried out by the researchers that will be provided into that future prospects. And last is it underscores the importance of the DL in advancing the medical science and highlights the need for that further research and development in this rapidly evolving field. So thank you. So thank you very much, the KDK Institute, HOD of ENTC, and all organizing team and the management for giving me this opportunity to present in front of all researchers. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Good afternoon, participants. The paper which was given, the article that was given to us, to our group 7, entitled Deep Learning Applications in Medical Image Analysis. This particular paper was authored by four authors, Dashinkir, Lipavine, Jai Rao, and Poisson Lim. Actually, coincidentally, the paper contents and the group one what it presented very nicely presented. All the theoretical aspects have already been covered. That is why I cut into only single slide. Almost the same things are there in this, but here what the author they have emphasized that it is actually a review paper. So what the authors have done, they have reviewed so many papers which were contributed to only the medical imagination. And in that, they found that the machine learning algorithms had a very means wide applications in medical sciences. And what they have done, they have gathered 15 years data in the United States in which the imaging work was done in diagnosis of the health ailments. The data that they collected included 30 million images in the last 15 years for which they have taken the data. 39 million images. But what they did, they focused on two diseases. One was the brain tumor, already explained by my predecessor here. And the second one was the lungs disorder. Lungs disorder was broken down into various diseases of the lungs, like lung cirrhosis, tuberculosis, and other elements. It was broken down into so many aspects. And how the machine learning code can help in classification of that particular kind of disease. What they have done, and what did they emphasize that why this is needed, and what was finally where we want to go after 5 years or after 10 years, where we want to go. That every man in this universe, in this world, must carry his EW, electronic health record, electronic health record, like a micro, small in a pen drive, or say the in his email, his EHR. That's all. Finished. And what he said, the four authors said that this EHR would hardly be a few million megabytes, whereas a single MRI is more than 100 megabytes. Single MRI. So entire lives EHR electronic health record comes in only few megabytes, in which you might have gone through numerous medical imaging. So family might have gone into number of imaging. In single uh, this source, you can have entire families EHR and electronic health record. What they have done actually, when they collected 39 million images, they started diagnosing these two diseases, brain tumor and lung disorder. So all sorts of segmentation, detection, and then final registration, classification, segmentation, detection, everything that they wrote the code for that, uh, and they try to find out how it gets classified finally. into particular kind of decision, they found that in 39 million images, the accuracy was not more than 52%. There where they emphasize that if the machine algorithm is put to health sector, how reliable result it can get and how they prove to be fatal if the diagnosis is not properly done. So they uh, gave the figures that after means application of machine learning codes, the from 6.9%, which was earlier 15 years before image. Because in what happens if we go to some chest X-ray we take, the X-ray is taken out, no doubt, but some radiologist read it, visually finds it. Where is the problem? So it differs from expert to expert. He has to only look at the image and find out what kind of element in the lungs is there in the shown by the image. And again, it differs from expert to expert. When expertise through machine coding codes were applied, he found that the accuracy rose from 6.9% to 67%. And there we emphasize that machine learning algorithm is a must now in America. This study was US based study in which 39 million images were diagnosed by this very large data. Deep learning was applied by them. All theoretical aspects have already been explained. What the deep learning, what is the how that is implemented. Theoretical part has been covered by my predecessor. And what they said that uh, CNN is the best out of the supervised and non-supervised learning. They concluded that convolution neural networks, they are the best. RNN also they applied, CNN they applied, non-supervised learning also they applied, but they found that and they concluded that the CNN gives the higher level of the accuracy, and that too very speedily, very fast. So time, reliability, and accuracy. So these three things, when they are attached to any medical image analysis, it gives the more secured health diagnosis to the particular patient or the human being. And they said that if these things, these major disease like tumor or lungs, if these major diseases can be taken up, taken care appropriately by the CNN or RNN. So RNN is a recurrent neural network, but basically what we do in the neural RNN, the doctor textual inputs gives to the uh, code, the textual input. So textual input is converted to appropriate matrices textual input in RNN. In CNN, images are converted given. So they both are equally good, but CNN used the more accurate and more fast and more reliable result. So finally, they said each and everyone by 2025 will get each and every citizen of the world will have his electronic health regarding EHR with him. Wherever he go throughout the world, he will carry his EHR in his mobile in the form of that. Number of times he might have tested his blood, might have tested anything, whatever elements, whatever, wherever he has gone for taking the medical assistance, whichever doctor, everything will get recorded in. He finally concluded that there should be a appropriate regulation also for it. This is the fantasy of this paper. That the government should take the initiative in that, and a appropriate regulation should be formulated in which each and everyone, whoever goes under the compulsion of that regulation, his record should get in a certain centralized data bank should must get stored. Uh, it means that next step what they say that even if you are not carrying your record, you will be given only the password. Using that password, certain centralized place where the data is your stored. Only if using that password you can retrieve your data. Your not only your data but your entire family's data. So that they emphasize underneath this that is why I found this a very useful paper. Thanks to the coordinators and thanks to the organizers of this particular program that they have given us such a wonderful paper in which the future trend they have shown. where the mankind is going to land into in the aspect of from the point of view of the medical health and image processing and machine learning, how it can be used and applied accurately for diagnosis. And that is what they count that after 10 years in 2025, and they wrote up the paper, 10 years in 2025, they said that each and every citizen of the world must have his electronic EHR uploaded at certain central place in the world. He does not carry, need not to carry anything. And that too, they said that there should be by means of certain regulation by the government, right from the birth till the death. This was the very nice fantasy about this paper. So thank you for the thank you to the organizers for giving the wonderful paper to our group 7. Thank you very much. Deliberately not going into pretty details because he very nicely explained the theoretical part of that. So actually, this is theoretical part is also there in that, but almost it was coinciding with what he said. That was deliberately truncated that part. That is why I truncated my 3 slides also, because they were also there on the same part of the theoretical aspect. Thank you.